We as a society, as a community, really have to start focusing and putting a lot more incentive around the prevention side.
Two main things here, calories in and calories out.
In is what you eat and drink. Out is how you burn it off.
Like dancing, walking, running, anything you can think of.
So we'll look at all of that. But remember, calories in, calories out.
More out, less in, you lose weight. More in, less out, you gain weight.
The point is,
We created a video, and it's based on what the adolescents and their parents had told us they want in the video. We're really trying to help adolescents in high school to eat healthier and be more active. And if they need to lose weight, then we help them to do that too.
food is fun. I love to eat, but there are ways to do this right.
Food is fuel. You have to have it. If we think about it, it just makes sense.
But just remember to keep score.
Achieving a healthy weight is about balancing the calories you take in,
eat and drink,
with the calories you burn.
the calories you work off physically.
Calories are a way to measure energy.
One of the biggest issues that contributes is both parents have to work, and so you don't have one parent at home. And the second issue is increased use of technology. They're inside the home, on the TV screen or on the computer screen, on the cell phone, more than they are outside.
Some kids seem to have issues with eating balanced because of homework or extracurricular activities. There's sweets and junk food, it's so easy to get. It'd be so much easier to just grab a bag of chips.
Price too, because it's kind of common knowledge that organic also means more expensive.
Most mornings when I try to eat breakfast, I'm in too much of a hurry to get to school on time.
It definitely takes more time for me to eat healthy in the mornings.
It's easier just to go to a fast food chain than drive all the way to a place that has healthy food.
There's a new regulation called Healthy Hunger-Free Kids Act, and it's actually mandated that every child take at least a half cup of fresh fruit or vegetable every day. The long-term concept is that kids will get used to taking fresh fruits and vegetables every day, and 10 years from now it'll be a habit.
It's just a very hectic schedule, and I think that's a problem with eating healthy because it's more of convenience and accessibility and time, because I'm exhausted. I don't want to make like this healthy meal. I want something quick and easy.
It's really hard to get students to really care about their nutrition and really understand the effects of the food that they're eating on a daily basis.
What we know in the brain is that the hippocampus is smaller in people who have obesity. Why is that important? Because the hippocampus is where we store memory. Children with obesity are not doing as well in school, and if it's related to the fact that their memory is not as good a shape, that would make a lot of sense.
I think our society is really built on today of I want it now. Where looking 50 years ahead to your health, it seems a long time. It doesn't really affect you.
According to the Trust for America Health, the incidence of diabetes, cardiac disease, and hypertension are going to skyrocket, especially in New Mexico, given our current state of overweight and obesity in our patients.
Once you become overweight and obese, your body establishes this point for you called a set point. And even if you lose weight or get to a healthier weight, your body will constantly be trying to get back to that set point. So we want to try to prevent that, prevent the obesity, starting with our children at the youngest age that we can.
We're a large rural frontier state where access to healthy local food supply can be challenging. Food distribution is over large distances, so we don't necessarily have the resources for people to make a healthy choice.
You have food deserts. We have patients that come to clinic who will say, I would like to eat fruits and vegetables, but the reality is where I live, there is one convenience store, and Albuquerque is over an hour away, so it is more convenient to buy prepackaged foods for these families, which are high in calorie.
Roadrunner Food Bank is the largest, most comprehensive hunger relief organization for the state of New Mexico. We bring food in, we rescue it from all over the state, and then we distribute it to hundreds of partner agencies across the state, from food pantries, soup kitchens, shelters, senior centers, elementary, middle, and high schools. And as a collective network, we serve over 70,000 New Mexicans every single week. We are number 2 in the nation for childhood food insecurity.
Poverty impacts nutrition for kids in many ways, at many different levels, whether that's at home, at school, in the outer environment in which they all live.
75% of people who stand in our food lines reported purchasing inexpensive, unhealthy foods, knowing they were unhealthy because it was all they could afford. 59% of our clients have to make the decision between paying for food and paying for medicine or medical care at least once in a year.
We know that lower income families with higher rates of food insecurity tend to have higher rates of obesity. There's that sort of obesity poverty paradox and food insecurity paradox that folks talk about. If we're hungry, how could it be overweight?
The research shows that in low-income neighborhoods, there are very few to no full-service supermarkets and a disproportionate amount of fast food restaurants. So you have this barrier of physical access. Where are you going to get the fresh fruits and vegetables? On the other hand, you have the monetary aspect of it, which is that fresh fruits and vegetables are much more expensive than high-calorie, high-energy, dense foods. And so you have low-income families who are dealing with 2 issues. Physical access, where do I find the fresh fruits and vegetables? And monetary access, how do I afford them?
So today we have kale, chard, and salad greens. How much are they? But because we're giving up to $10 free, if you want to try more than one, you're more than welcome to. We're at a mobile farmers market here at First Choice Community Health Center, and we are at this clinic providing the patients, community members, and employees here fresh local produce and recipes, free samples, and food demos to make eating healthy easy.
Well, have a great day.
Thank you. You too. So we have rainbow chard, and this is my favorite because the stems are different colors and you can cook it like spinach.
Oh, you can eat it raw?
And you can eat it raw, you can make salads out of it. I tend to cook it.
Try that, I've never tried.
This is important for many reasons. When a doctor tells a patient, eat healthier, who knows how effective that's gonna be, but when a doctor can say, hey, there's a market outside of our clinic, it's a convenient location, they get not just the produce at a good price point, but a way for our community to get exposed to healthy options. Thank you so much.
We can tear off some of the pieces from other stems too. Especially at this age, I think it's really important to teach kids exactly how to eat healthy and how sort of to prepare food in a way that'll make it taste good. Do it in like a circular sort of motion right along these little veins here. And before that, you can notice that the leaves are a little bit wet because we washed it.
But you need to wash it.
Exactly. It's also really important to give kids choice, we find. That facilitates a little more adventurous eating. You can kind of bang it on the side there. They're more likely to try it if they have some say or some way of helping in the preparation.
Beautiful. Good job.
Just giving them a sense of what healthy eating and cooking looks like.
That goes out really fast.
When I saw the kids cook part, and they just jumped right in.
You need 1/2 tablespoon.
It's really opened the door to different vegetables and a sense of healthy eating and good choices.
Why do you want to eat the rainbow?
It's not like eating the rainbow that's up in the sky. It's having all kinds of different foods, and eating a rainbow is good for you because you're able to try new things instead of sticking to one thing all the time and be healthy.
The brighter a food is, the more nutritious it is, naturally.
That's true.
I like to say use color as your norm for the plate. The more color you have in your plate, the better it is. If you can bring it from the land, from the earth to the table, that will be the best idea. So in our clinic, we don't talk about calories. They don't have a balance to measure pounds and so forth. So we use the hand, and we call it the hand method. So the size of the hand that belongs to the child will be appropriate size of the plate for the child. Then we talk about the whole hand. That will be the amount of fruits and vegetables, which represent the 50% in the plate. Yeah? Then we talk about the palm, and that will be the amount of protein. So chicken breast, fish, and the steak, if they decide to do that. And then we close the hand, and that will be the grains. And I like to put my hand this way, talk about maybe pasta, whatever fits in the hand. We try to make sure that they mostly drink water and 2% or 1% milk.
There's lots of things that people can do to get healthier. One simple approach is to quit having sweetened beverages available in the home. If it's not available, there's less temptation, and everyone is participating, so no one feels like it's punitive. One of the big sweetened beverage products that we see, and it's a big trend that's been going on for quite some time, is Gatorade.
Drinks are a big deal for everyone, but be sure to keep score.
First, let's look at Gatorade. What's in it before it's in you? In a 20-ounce Gatorade, there's 9 teaspoons of sugar. So, a Gatorade 20-ounce bottle is 130 calories.
And in order to burn that off, you need to... That's why folks use Gatorade for sports. It's because of the exercise. It's a sports drink.
So, you should only really drink it when you're really active.
Or better yet, just drink water.
Water hydrates and does a much better job. You don't have the effects of the sugar and other things that you don't need. Another one is Capri Sun, Kool-Aid, lemonade, tea. All of these things are all considered sweetened beverages. People think of orange juice as being healthy. However, it takes, to make one 8-ounce glass of orange juice, approximately 6 large oranges. Could you imagine eating 6 oranges, how full you would get in one sitting? Whereas drinking a glass of orange juice doesn't have the same impact on your stomach. However, you still have all the calories of consuming 6 oranges, and that contributes to the total calories for the day and liquid calories, which adds up.
So when you look at labels, you have to be careful of what the label says. You have to look at the number of servings. A lot of times you'll say, well, this doesn't have that many calories. But yet when you actually look at the label, it's 8 servings and not just 1 serving.
Here's something to watch out for. They say there's only 170 calories per serving. But be sure to check how many servings are in the bag. In the grab bag, there are about 2.5 servings. That means about 2.5 times 170. So this bag is really 410 calories.
And in order to burn that off, you need to walk 107 minutes, or dance 70 minutes, or run 44 minutes. Look at it this way. Each individual Cheeto is 8 calories, each one. And in order to burn off 1 Cheeto, you would need to walk 2 minutes, or dance 1.5 minutes, or run just about 1 minute.
Oh, hey!
Down to your sister? No. Then you have to wait, remember? Does everyone have one?
Yes.
Beautiful. Bon appetit.
Bon appetit.
What do y'all think of what you made?
Good.
Awesome.